All right. So, in case you don't know, I'm Rebecca Steinfeld. I'm the assistant director here at UMass Hillel, though I'm sitting in my apartment in Northampton at the moment. Um, and it's really nice to have everybody here, even if I can't quite see you all with my computer screen as it is. Um, this is my sixth year at Hillel, and so it's my sixth senior ceremony. And I can say that I certainly never imagined that in my sixth year here, we would be doing this, which is one of my favorite events of the year, but that we'd be doing it virtually. These are strange and scary times. When I found that UMass would be online for the rest of the school year, my heart immediately went out to the seniors. However, I was and am reassured and uplifted by the fact that we can still gather and take time to recognize these incredible individuals. What an impressive group you are. I remember meeting many of you as participants in Fresh Fest 4 years ago. Perhaps you were as overwhelmed and intimidated as I was. Perhaps you are already beginning to feel that UMass Hillel would become your home. I am so proud of all of you. I've seen your joys and your discoveries, your frustrations and your disappointments, and most importantly, I've seen your tremendous growth over these past pivotal years of your lives. You've been leaders of religious life within all three denominational groups at Hillel. You've been on the boards of the Student Alliance for Israel, Jewish Leaders in Business, Challah for Hunger. You've been Fresh Fest facilitators, Birthright interns, engagement interns, David Project interns, Bridging the Divide interns, Hillel residents, Hillel RA, leaders in the Hillel Student Council. You've worked in the Hillel kitchen. You've been regular attendants of Shabbat dinner, holiday programs, and various learning opportunities, including the Jewish Learning Fellowship. You've coordinated all kinds of events and gatherings, large and small. You've done a lot of the work to make this organization function and impact so many people. And most importantly, you are a part of this family. The future may seem daunting, especially now in these uncertain times, but know that I am, along with the entire Hillel staff, so excited for the adventures you will embark on and the positive difference you will make in this world. Yasher koach. It's weird to say this like from my apartment, but I'm so proud of all of you. May you go from strength to strength. So I'm going to invite Rabbi Fine, our executive director, to give a short Dvar Torah and welcome, and then I'll kind of explain how we're going to do this all on Zoom after he's done. Aaron?
Hi everyone. Hi everyone. It's such a nice to see everyone, students and alumni and parents, and anyone else who's joined. It's really sweet to be together, and so happy for all of our seniors. You really, are the lifeblood of our organization at Hillel, and we're so grateful to have shared these years with each of you. So I want to share just a word of Torah in this moment. This time is always, every year, filled with many emotions for anyone who's graduating. Even when there's not coronavirus, it's a pretty mixed emotion time of feeling proud, excited for this amazing accomplishment of graduating. And so to all of us, your friends, family, Hillel staff, feel so much pride in your accomplishments. And at the same time, it's natural to feel sadness of leaving friends, apprehension about the future, and all of those mixed emotions. And all the more so this year, when the amount of unknown in life ahead is tenfold with all of the craziness in our world. So I just wanted to offer a little bit of Torah related to that mixed bag of emotions, and how we might relate to this moment. So one of the things that I thought about with this is a teaching a metaphor from the Piasetzner Rebbe, who was the rabbi of the Warsaw Ghetto. He was a rabbi to people amidst the ghetto in Warsaw, and but in a teaching actually from before the war, he talks about doing a mitzvah, a commandment, a good deed, and that it's not just like you do it and it's done and it's over, but that it's a ongoing process of doing good. And the metaphor that he uses is of a mountain. When we have accomplished something significant, something good, that it's as if we're halfway up a mountain, and if you look down, it looks like you've already climbed the whole mountain, and it's an amazing. You feel all the goodness of that accomplishment. If you look up, it's as if there's a whole nother mountain still yet to climb. And he says that mitzvot, that good actions in the world are like this. That everything that you accomplish is a real accomplishment, and yet there's always further to go. And I think that this moment is like that in being two directional. So there's one of and it's important to honor both of those realities. This time period right now, I think, offers a little insight into how we can honor both of those. In the Jewish calendar right now, it's the period of the Omer, between the holiday of Pesach, of Passover, and the holiday of Shavuot, which they have two different connotations in the Torah. So the probably historically original one is actually the agricultural, that on Passover was when we harvested the first barley, which was a really important grain, one of the five ancient grains. And then on Shavuot, which was the harvest of wheat, which was even more important, the wheat harvest. And we count the days between the barley harvest and the wheat harvest. And right now we're in the middle of that, on our way counting from towards the wheat harvest. And it also has the spiritual significance of counting between the days of, in the story in the Torah, of leaving Egypt on Passover and Pesach, and of receiving the Torah, of receiving wisdom when we get to the holiday of Shavuot. So, but at the wheat harvest, on the holiday of Shavuot, which I think there's something to learn about how we might respond to a moment of accomplishment. So the first things that they had to do, first of all, was a precarious time. Will we get there? Will there be a good harvest? Will there have been enough rain to make it to this point? I'm sure some of you have wondered, will I make it to graduation? Will I get my classes done? Well, you've made it, and that's an amazing thing. And one of what they did when they harvested that wheat was two things. Before they could eat the wheat and enjoy it, they offered some to God. They roasted it, ground it into flour, and offered it up. Gratitude that before that you shouldn't just get caught up in this moment in worrying about the future, but it's a moment of gratitude. And my wish for all of you is that you can share this gratitude with your loved ones and feel the amazing accomplishment that you've achieved. The second thing that they would do is that there would be always, from the offering that they had to give to the poor, that they gave to people who had more need. So in all that you've accomplished, I think that our tradition always comes back to that, is how might you then take all that you've achieved and share back with others. So I want to end though with turning to just remembering what is it that we're really working on when we're in this process that you've reached the top of a mountain and you have a mountain yet to go. Well, Rabbi Avraham Joshua Heschel, who was one of the great Jewish teachers of the 20th century, in his last interview before he died, he chose of his own accord to want to say something to young people. And the thing that he said was, above all, remember that the meaning of life is to build a life as if it were a work of art. You're not a machine. Start working on this great work of art called your own existence. So the harvest is not just the diploma. The harvest is not just the wheat. The harvest is your own growth, the piece of the achievement in this stage of the artwork called you, of your own existence, of your own networks of relationships, of all that you've developed and grown yourself into. And there's so much yet to come. So my wish for everyone is that you take joy in the incredible art piece that you've accomplished here during this time in college, of working on yourselves, working on your lives, and that you continue to approach your life as something that isn't a machine. There's so much pressure in so many ways, but how can you till the soil? How can you give yourself the space to grow in beautiful ways in the years ahead? And we're so excited to continue to stay in touch and to see each of you grow. And we're here to support you in any way that we can to continue to be your extended community in the years ahead. So mazel tov to everyone.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Erin. That was wonderful. Um, so also I want to say, like, so we're going to go through senior ceremony in many ways like we would do it in person, but it will be a little bit different because it's on Zoom. And also I just want to thank you all for your patience in dealing with this technology and figuring this out. I know it's not ideal, and we have tried to think of all the things, but I'm sure there's going to be some glitches along the way. So I appreciate your patience with us. So we are going to go through all the honorees, and we're basically making use of what is called the Spotlight tool on Zoom, which means that Emerson, my amazing colleague, is like basically running tech behind the scenes to spotlight the people who are being honored and the people who are speaking. Which means that when you're speaking, you actually won't be able to do the gallery view where you can see everybody who's familiar with that on Zoom. But it will allow everyone who's watching to know who's speaking and to like see who's being honored. We want to make sure that you're visible in this sort of online format. So basically, I'll announce the honoree, and we'll spotlight the honoree quickly, and then I'll announce the speaker of that honoree, and then we'll spotlight that speaker, and the speaker will speak about the student, the senior who's being honored. And then after the speaker has spoken about the senior honoree, the honoree is welcome to also speak a little bit. And everyone's been reminded to keep what you're saying to short, about 2 minutes or so. And if you don't want to speak after someone has spoken about you, that's absolutely fine. You can just sort of like wave, and we'll move on to the next honoree. So, and I've been trying to make sure everyone's on this call, but maybe we come to someone who's not here. And so I would say for seniors, if you know the person who's speaking for you, make sure that they're on this call and remind them if they're not. You could like text them if you don't see them. But I think all of our seniors are here. All right, so our first honoree, we're going in alphabetical order, and Ariella is the one who created the beautiful program and did a lot of work behind the scenes. So thank you, Ariella. And she put it in the chat, a copy of the program if you want to look at it yourself. We're basically going in alphabetical order of honorees. I also want to give a shout out to Emily, another of my coworkers who created the slideshow that you saw at the beginning, and we will share that with everybody later. That was a really great way to start the event. Okay, all right, so Our first honoree this afternoon is Sammy Altman. Here's Sammy. Oh, you're outside. And speaking about Sammy this afternoon will be Jessie Gunn.
Hi, Jesse.
Hello, hello. All right, so I just want to say a little bit about Sammy. Coming to UMass last year as a freshman, I did not know anybody since I live in Maryland that was going to UMass besides Lily and Sammy. And while I was at NSO, the first person to reach out to me was Sammy, and just kind of checking in, seeing how things were going. And it gave me some familiarity that I definitely needed for reassurance, just because it was a new experience. So I appreciated that.
What's
And
that?
Sammy also, what's that? Oh, Sammy also invited me to the Hillel barbecue, which I had no knowledge about. So she first got me interested in Hillel activities and also just involved with the community. And also working at camp with Sammy has been a blast as well. She's a great role model to all of her campers, and I know that Hillel will miss Sammy and UMass will miss Sammy, and I will miss him.
Thank you, Jessie. That was wonderful. Sammy, do you want to share anything?
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank
Oop.
you.
Oh,
So,
there you are.
can you hear me?
Now we can.
So, I just wanted to say thank you to all the
Oh, Sammy, you're breaking up.
So Emily, it's been really right here from. Hello.
Oh, yes, I think we got you now. It was not quite working for a moment.
Okay, so thank you to the Ruach advisors, Emily, Miriam, and Annie. They were all so awesome. Hillel has always been such a welcoming place. I love being able to go there and celebrate Shabbat on Friday nights. I think that's definitely one of my favorite memories from Hillel. And congratulations to everyone else. So thank you guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Sammy. Sammy, it also looks like you're at the beach. Or at least, yeah. All right. Oh, you're muted now, but, oh.
We're just in the backyard, but it feels like we're at the beach.
Okay. Great. All right. So thanks, Sammy. All right. We're going to move on to our next honoree. Gosh, this is such an interesting way to be doing things. But I love seeing everybody's faces and hearing what folks are saying. Okay. So our next honoree is Ayelet Amiran. And speaking about Ayelet this afternoon is alum Ben Avrahami. Oh, Ben, you are, now you're good.
Working. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. All right. First of all, I wanted to say congrats to everyone, and it's so wonderful to see familiar faces and also new faces. I'm really super excited for all of you. And now for Ayelet, I'm going to read a little spiel over here. So you've all probably already heard of Ayelet. And if you haven't, you've definitely heard her loud and clear. I met Ayelet a few years back at UMass, and I quickly felt like we have been friends forever. We clicked right away when we realized we were both Israeli. Even though I always give her trouble telling her that she's not a true Israeli because she wasn't born there. However, she quickly puts me in my place, showing me how much of an Israeli she really is. In fact, maybe even more Israeli than me. What's incredible about Ayelet is that she's never afraid to stand up for herself and is always considerate of her friends, to the point where it feels like she would do literally anything for them. She does not take no for an answer, and she will for sure let you know how she feels. Ayelet, I cannot wait to see what you will accomplish once you graduate. You're smart, honest, motivated, hard worker, and a strong human being. You are a recipe for success. I'm excited for you to start a new chapter in your life and happy you're moving to Boston. We will definitely hang out soon once this virus thing is all over. אוהב מאוד ונתראה בקרוב. בהצלחה.
I don't know. Thank you, Ben. Congratulations, everybody. That's all I got.
Thanks, Ayelet. Congratulations. All right. We are going to move on to our next honoree, who is Saul Besner, is our next honoree this afternoon. Oh, Saul and his mom. And speaking about Saul is Shai Bocarsley.
So do I go now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you talk about Saul.
Okay, good to know. I wasn't quite sure. So I'm a freshman at UMass, and I met Saul this year, and I don't know, I just think we really hit it off, and I was trying to sort of like think of the reasons that happened, and I could think of, oh, Saul like loves like interfaith dialogue and history and art and this and that. Like he put together a whole dinner for Jewish students and Muslim students to sort of bridge that gap, which is amazing in of itself. But when I thought about it a little more, those are all like amazing things, but those really aren't the things that drew me to Saul. It was more so our conversations and how he really easily and gracefully can push you in a way that not a lot of people can. He can make you question your own sort of, not necessarily biases, but things you've taken for granted before, and sort of, this is going to sound really corny, but sort of like expand your mind, because he's just such a pleasure to talk to. And, we dissect everything from like Jewish thought and Gemara and history, and we would do that like over lunch on like a random Tuesday, and those were like the best meals. Once he just like randomly came with me to my music theory class, just because he's like, oh, music theory, I'm not good with music, that's so cool, why don't I just come? And I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. And we're like, meanwhile, like 2 months into the semester, and I had no idea what's going on, and he was just sitting there, and I was like, okay, this is better than it was before, though, at least. But yeah, I think that encapsulates really what was so amazing about Saul being at UMass for me my freshman year.
Thanks, Shai. Saul, do you want to add anything or say anything?
I don't have a lot to say, but I wanted to thank Shai, and that music theory class was awesome, and we did have the best lunches. So I love Hillel, and thanks for being an awesome home for the last 4 years.
Thanks, Saul. Congratulations. All right, great. It's weird because normally between each speaker, I would invite you up and I would give you a gift. And unfortunately, I can't do that over Zoom, but hopefully soon in the mail, maybe as soon as early next week, you will all receive a gift from Hillel. So it will still be coming to you, even if I can't give it to you in person. We're going to move on next to Erica Brown. Yay, Erica. And speaking about Erica this afternoon is Maxine Weisenfeld.
Hi, guys. Sorry, I was just freaking out. The house phone was ringing, and I was like, guys, turn it off. But I'm really excited to be here. It's so cool to see all these familiar faces. I just love all of you so much. So, like, virtual hug from me to, like, every single one of the seniors. I'm so proud of you all. But Erica, so I first met you at Fresh Fest when you were one of the participants, and you just like immediately stood out to me. I was like, wow, this girl came all the way from Florida. She has such a cool personality. She's so fun. And I was just so excited to like not only kind of be your mentor and like mentor you during Fresh Fest, but like just to be your friend, because I was like, she's so cool. You like wanted to participate in all the activities that we worked so hard on putting together. I remember like that year I had a very big role in planning a lot of the activities we did at Fresh Fest, and I was just so excited that like you thought they were all really fun and you actually like participated so much in all of them. You were so willing to talk to all these different people in the program and like really threw yourself into everything. And I just knew right away like you would be one of those people that like came to Fresh Fest but then like retained and like stayed involved and actually like come back to Hillel and actually like continue to be active on campus. I know you got involved with the Hillel Council, and I would always hear from Heidi how like you were such a great like right hand person to her. She felt that like you always helped and like were so willing to put on these awesome bagel brunches, which I really did love, and just so many fun activities. You got involved with Greek life immediately, which is so cool. Like even I can't say that. I waited a semester, as some of you know, and like you just got involved right away, threw yourself into everything and like made sure that like people knew you were there and like ready to be part of things. I remember when I first heard that you were involved with the NSO program, and my first thought was just like, wow, that makes sense. Like she's so friendly. Like I was genuinely excited for these incoming freshmen to be able to have you as their guide into like getting involved in UMass, which is like crazy because like I was not involved in NSO like at all, but I just knew like this is the future of it, and that's awesome because these freshmen should feel welcome on campus. And you're just like genuinely someone, whenever I would see you on campus or see you at Hillel, I just knew that like it wouldn't just be a quick hi or like a little fake hello. Like it would be like an actual conversation. Like we would actually catch up. You're just so friendly and so welcoming. And I think it's going to play out so well in your career. Like going into hospitality, I'm so excited for these people to like come to your facilities that you're running and just be so excited to meet you and know that like they're in good hands because you're running such a tight ship, no pun intended. I know you want to work with cruises. And I don't know, I think like your personality, your passion, it's just going to go such a far way in your career. People are going to be so excited to get to know you, get to work with you. And yeah, like mazel tov on graduating. I know this is like not how a lot of people expected it to be, but I know you'll make the best of it.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Maxine. Also, so nice to see your face. Erica, would you like to share anything?
Yeah, I wrote a quick little thing. Maxine, I love you. That was so lovely. Thank you so much. I miss you. Let's see if I can get through this. I'm just so very grateful for the opportunity that Hillel has given to me over the past 4 years. I always knew that I wanted to have a really meaningful and fun Jewish college experience, and there wasn't even a doubt in my mind that I knew that I wanted to get involved with Hillel. And I've met countless incredible people who have accepted me and taught me so much and making me just a better leader and a better person and a better friend. So although my time at UMass is coming to a close, I know that this is not goodbye, but see you soon. So thanks, guys. Congrats to all the seniors.
Thanks, Erica. Oh my gosh. Okay. That was wonderful. All right. I'm going to keep moving along. Our next honoree is Marcelo de Miranda. And speaking about Marcelo this afternoon is Sarah Woods.
Hi. Okay. So I haven't been at Hillel for much of Marcelo's involvement, but I feel so blessed to have been here for his final year and to be able to call him a good friend. I remember his name being mentioned at the beginning of the year multiple times, all in positive ways, but I didn't realize that he'd become such a big part of my life. Honestly, I have no idea when we became friends. It was like we had just met, and then suddenly we were close and together all of the time. We were strangers, then you were the one to carry my laundry while simultaneously threatening to push me down the stairs. And you know, that meant a lot. Thank you. You were there when I was confused about anything, answering my questions, no matter how dumb, even if that was just saying, that's a dumb question, you know the answer. You were there walking slowly with me when I had to hobble on crutches, and you've been a support outside of Jewish life too. I may not be able to speak to all of the contributions you've made to the Jewish community as a whole over the past 4 years, but I can speak to your impact on me as I join the community. You're great support, and you provide great insight in our discussions. You're amazing. I love you, and you're going to be missed immensely next year.
Thanks, Sarah. Marcella, do you want to say anything?
Thanks, Sarah, for talking about me. Thank you, everybody, for being themselves. And also, I'll push Sarah down the stairs any day of the week.
Okay. We congrats, Marcelo. We are going to keep going. These are so wonderful to hear. Okay. All right. Our next honoree this afternoon is Carmela DeBrusen. And for Carmela, we actually, Mike Murciano sent us a video about Carmela. So we're going to screen share that video with you all.
Hey, Carmela. Hope you're doing well during these terrible times. I'm sorry I won't be able to make your senior send-off, but I just want to say a couple words. I remember first meeting you my sophomore year when I first joined JLB, and I didn't really know you, but the minute we all went to New York City on that random Wednesday, second semester, I really got to know you as the caring and supportive person that you are. And after that, I remember seeing you at a random Sunshine Brothers concert at Iron Horse. And after that, I just knew we were going to be friends, of course. Anyways, since then, we've worked on eBoard together, me, you, Jacob, and Hannah, just trying to put the best events we can every Monday night. And through that, I got to see the amazing person you are and grew to become. Words can't express how much you mean to me. You're definitely one of my mentors at Eisenberg. I look up to you in a lot of ways, just for the way you're able to handle problems and allow others around you to feel better as a result of it. And I know you'll do big things in the future, and definitely visit.
Yay. Thanks, Mike, even though that was virtual. Carmela, is there anything you'd like to say?
That was so sweet. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is not how I expected senior ceremony. Sorry. But I just want to thank the UMass Hillel staff for making this event and for making us feel like, you know, things aren't the way they are, and also for just making a great Jewish home for us at UMass. You guys have really made a huge impact on my experience at UMass, and I'm really grateful for that. And congrats to all the seniors as well.
Oh, Carmela, you just made me cry. And I will say this is not how I ever imagined that this year would be either. But we definitely are making the best of it. Whew, okay. All right, moving on. Thanks, Carmela. All right, our next honoree is Ayelet Ehrenkrantz. And speaking about Ayelet, this afternoon is Liza Bernard.
Hi, can you guys hear me? Yes?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, well, the first time I met Ayelet, I said, wow, she's a star. So I decided to write a little ditty about her upon her request. So here it is. Oh, Ayelet, she's a pal. Oh, Ayelet, she's so swell. I must complain, it's such a shame. Her leaving here makes me shed a tear. Oh, Ayelet, it's not the same without you near. And let's be plain, let's make a deal. 10 years from now, a solemn vow, we'll always be pals. Oh, I yell it, oh, I scream it, oh, I yell it, oh, I scream it. Where is she now? How is she doing? Heard her on the radio. hosting her own show. Oh, I yell it. She's a friend. Be there with me till the very end. All right, that was that.
Oh my gosh, Liza, that was incredible. Ayelet, would you like to say anything?
Yes. First, thank you, Liza, for that song. I'm really happy that you listened to me and wrote a song about me. I know I can always count on you to write songs about me, so thank you. You made my mom cry. And second, I just want to thank everyone at Hillel, the Hillel staff, Rebecca, Rabbi Fine, Rabbi Rafi, and Ariella for making my college experience so great. Having a really strong support system was really nice to have in college. So thank you, and congrats to all the seniors.
Yay, thank you, Ayelet. All right, we are going to move on to our next honoree, which is Noah Gelman. And speaking about Noah this afternoon is Carmela.
Okay, I've composed myself. Okay, so I've known Noah since we were little freshmen, sitting in an Eisenberg classroom at the first Jewish Leaders in Business meeting. And I can't say I knew him very well, as we barely talked, but I do know we ran against each other for treasure, and I was pretty salty when he won. But later on, I realized it was definitely for the best, as he knew every in and out of the system, which I can't say I do after 4 years and several trainings. It wasn't until our sophomore year when we went on Birthright together that I really got to know him. And if you haven't gone on Birthright yet, I highly recommend. But I knew he was special when the best photo taken on that trip was of Noah shirtless and straight-faced in front of the Masada sunrise. Anyone who knows Noah can agree he's incredibly friendly, intelligent, and always brightens the mood with his jokes. We can't wait to see what amazing things you do next.
Thank you, Carmela. Noah, would you like to say anything?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Carmela. It's been Carmela's definitely my oldest friend in Hillel, so thank you for that. It meant a lot, and I want to thank all the Hillel staff. I never went to Jewish overnight camp or did a lot of Jewish programming going up, so being part of the Hillel community was the first time I was really surrounded by a lot of Jewish friends. So it was a really important part of my college career, and I'm glad that I spent all the time in Hillel that I did. So thank you for that.
Thanks, Noah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to move on to our next honoree, which is Kayla Hauser. And speaking about Kayla this afternoon is Shira Almakias. Shira, oh, there's Shira, great.
Oh my God, I'm so nervous. Okay, here we go. So quite a few people know that me and Kayla, along with Austin, Jared, Ayala, and Shira, and so many other UMass undergrads went to MIMO together. However, the first time I ever talked to Kayla, oh my God, I'm gonna try not to cry. The first time I ever talked to Kayla or remember talking to her was when she hosted me for my first Shabbat at UMass. At the time, my sister was a senior or a junior, I can't exactly remember, and she didn't want to share a room with me, or she wanted me to get the full UMass experience, and she asked Ayala to host me. Kayla to host me. So I stayed with Kayla my freshman year, and then the following, my junior year of high school, the following year for senior year, I decided that I would also go again to UMass for the weekend with Sapir Travelsi, and she hosted us again, which was really sweet. And MIMO was a very small school. So to go from a school of 500 people through K through 12 to go to a school of 20,000 people was really overwhelming. But having a place like Hillel and people like Kayla who are so welcoming made it so much easier to make that transition. And although I was only able to see Kayla's role at UMass for less than 2 years, I know it wouldn't be where it is without her. Whenever Kayla and Austin were away for Shabbat, it definitely felt like I definitely felt it. Like, I definitely felt that there was something missing. She always added to the conversation, whether it was Rafi's Devar Torahs or what class someone should take, or why the tall chairs at Hillel have a butt print in them for some reason. And she never was afraid to call someone out for cheating in any game. And I'm not sure if this is an underrated opinion, but I think she's second most competitive in Degel right after Jared. Kayla's also one of the most honest and genuine people I've ever met in my entire life. Getting a laugh or a compliment from Kayla meant so much to me because she doesn't just go handing them out to people. So I know she really meant them when she said it. And she really appreciates people's hard work that they put into things because she works so hard in everything that she does. After hearing all the stories that she has to do and all those crazy shifts she has to work, she really deserves to be where she is right now. She's so supportive of everyone in the community and their accomplishments. If you name any event that we had this year, Kayla was there. The bagel brunch, apple picking, movie night, birthdays, UMass bar mitzvah, literally anything. Not only was she there, she showed up and she took part in any way that she could. Kayla, I want to thank you for everything you did to make Hillel the place that it is. I can't explain to you how good it makes me feel that you and Joshi trusted me and Chava to continue building such an amazing community that you took part in creating. And I don't think you're not done now, don't worry. Even though you've graduated, you're gonna come up and visit a lot, and you're gonna host a lot of UMass Shabbatons in Cambridge. And of course you have to come up for the birthday bash again. So thank you so much for everything, and I love you. I'm gonna miss you.
Thank you, Shira. Kayla, would you like to say anything?
Yeah, first of all, Shira, thank you. That was so nice. Actually, my freshman year, I spoke for Leah, Shira's sister, at senior ceremony. So goes around. Yeah, and Hillel has, basically all my strongest memories from UMass. And I want to thank all my amazing friends and all the staff members for giving me that experience and those memories. So love you all.
Thanks, Kayla. Oh, good. I was gonna be like, is Austin there? Fantastic. Our next honoree is Austin Hauser, also happens to be the spouse of Kayla. And speaking about Austin this afternoon is Jared. Jared, are you there? Yes, all right.
Yeah, hi everyone. Jared.
Oh, you're muted now, Jared.
How about now?
You're good.
All right, cool. So I've had the pleasure of knowing Austin since middle school, and I'm glad that we ended up going to the same college. He's been a really good friend over the years, and I've enjoyed attending his wedding, spending time with him and our friends in Onset, and just hanging out and watching Patriots games with him and often his wife. We as a community are also very lucky that he decided to attend UMass. He's been a rock in our community for the past 4 years, and our community would not have functioned nearly as smoothly without him. He has always been there to make a minyan, to be our token Kohen, to beat you in Sheish Beish, to wear a blue striped shirt from Brooks Brothers, and to put honey on his challah all year and not just on Rosh Hashanah. And over his time at UMass, he's also managed to morph into a model husband and student, and has a bright future to look forward to as an engineer one at Raytheon. His outlook on life is best described by Dutch watchmaker Corrie ten Boom, who said, "Worrying does not empty tomorrow of its troubles. It empties today of its strength."
Thank you, Jared. Austin, would you like to say anything?
Sure. That was great. Just wanted to say thank you. I'm so grateful for all of Hillel, especially Rafi and Ariella and all the people I've met there. And congrats to all the seniors.
Great. Thank you, Austin. Congratulations. Okay, we're going to move on to our next honoree, who is Noah Kantorovich. Hi, Noah. And speaking about Noah this afternoon is Leora Levitt.
Hello. Am I unmuted?
You're good. We can hear you.
Okay. I'm going to read it off my phone.
Great.
Noah, congrats on graduating. Thank you so much for asking me to speak to you. I am truly honored. I met you when I was a shy freshman last year. You were so welcoming the first time I met you. You talked to me as if we had been friends forever. Since that day, you never stopped greeting me with your friendly smile. One time last semester, I was eating at Worcester alone and I bumped into you. We ended up chatting for a while. It meant a lot that you were so willing to welcome me to your table. You even gave me advice once in the ILC bathroom because you sensed something was up. And we all know those bathrooms are too chaotic and smelly to stand in for more than 30 seconds. You always look out for people at Hillel who are in need of a friend or an invite. I love your style, your confidence, and of course your jokes. Our conversations are always so hilarious and genuine. Some people at Hillel think our sense of humor is similar. I hope that is true because you're one of the funniest people I've ever met. No, I look up to you and hope one day an underclassman sees me as a similar role model. I will definitely miss seeing you right at the door next year. I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. Keep up your energy.
Thanks,
That was so
Noah.
cute.
Noah, would you like to say anything? Sorry.
Oh, sorry, I cut you off. Yeah.
Go for it.
I would like to say thank you, first of all, to Rebecca for giving me a job when I had zero credentials and getting me involved in Hillel. And thank you guys so much for being such a good support system and letting me pretty much ramble off and talk constantly in your ear for 4 years. So thank you and congrats to the grads. Oh, thank you, Leora.
Great. Thanks, Noah. Sorry, folks. I actually just lost my list that was in front of me of the order. Oh my goodness. Hold on just a moment.
Hey everyone, Emerson here. I can take us into the next honoree. So up next we have Heather Kisner, and speaking about Heather is Tali.
Thank you, Emerson. Sorry.
Hi, can everyone hear me?
Yes, Tali, we can hear you.
Perfect. When Heather and I first met, it went something like this. You're from Jersey? I'm from Jersey. You're ridiculously short? I'm ridiculously short. You cheer? I spent most of my life cheering. And after all of that excitement, our only option was to immediately become friends. Heather is the sweet, soft-spoken, curly-haired queen of Hillel. She's a great friend and a truly kind soul. Whether she's introducing you to a completely absurd board game, getting ice cream at Harold's, or just goofing around, Heather is someone you can always have fun with. While in college, one of the things I looked forward to most on Friday nights was seeing Heather. And I'm not just saying that because she used to give me a ride up the hill after dinner. Heather always had an insane schedule, but she always made time for Hillel. She helped create a fun and relaxed atmosphere at every event by just being a friendly face anyone could talk to. She's awesome to be around and a wonderful human being. Hillel gained an absolutely amazing member when this Smithy decided to give it a chance. She's dedicated and passionate, giving 100% to everything she does. So dedicated to Hillel that she would endlessly ride the B43 just to make it there. Heather is one of a kind and definitely one of my favorite people. One of my favorite memories will always be wandering the Smith, it's not a sorority house, Tali, sorority house, and finding extremely strange card games to play. Between weird ones with no rules and the 1950s housewife edition, I don't think I've ever laughed that much while being absolutely confused. From that crazy adventure to sitting in my dorm room at 2 a.m. talking, we always had a good time regardless of where we were. The last of our trio has graduated, and it's crazy to think we are all real adults now. Heather, I'm so glad Joe introduced us, and I cannot be more thankful for our friendship. Thank you for the endless conversations and great memories. Thank you for balancing out my loud and obnoxious nature. And thank you for being a phenomenal friend. I'm excited to hear about your grad school adventures, and I know you'll do great things. Hillel and I will both miss you, but I know whether in Jersey or in Mass, I'll be coming up to visit you soon.
Thank you, Tali. Sorry about that. Heather, would you like to say anything?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Tali, so much. And I'm so glad that UMass Hillel was there for me for holidays, for Friday nights. I also looked forward to going to Friday night dinner, seeing Tali and Joe and all the other friends there. And congrats to all the grads, and congrats to Tali also for graduating.
Great. Thank you, Heather. All right. I think I have my list back in front of you now. And our next honoree is Stephanie Margolis. And we actually have two alumna who are speaking about Stephanie this evening. So we're just going to kind of let you both figure it out how you're speaking. But we have both Carly Corman and Maxine Weisenfeld speaking about Stephanie this afternoon.
Hi guys, I'm back. So Stephanie's just so special, and Carly and I prepared a little something for her. So the way it's gonna go is we're gonna do what we prepared, and then Carly's gonna say a few words, and then I'm gonna say a few of my own words. So just to fill you all in how this is gonna work. Okay. Carly, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Stephanie, from the day you came to Fresh Fest, we knew you would be beyond the best.
We're happy we didn't scare you away with our excitement when Maxine was a hardo and wanted to follow the rules of recruitment.
From helping out with DYF and all the craziness in Safi, you instantly became a leader in the community, working with Rabbi Fine, Rebecca, Valentina, Ariella, and Rafi.
You welcomed newcomers like Asaf and Rachel and showed them the ropes. With all your involvement and leadership, you always gave other people hope.
You are a strong leader who always stands up and speaks out. UMass won't be the same next year, there is no doubt.
It's been an honor for us to watch you grow, and we're so proud of all the places that you're going to go.
Stand With Us is lucky to have you on their team and will always be supporting you, even if it's via live stream.
And now I'm just going to say a few words that I wrote down. Stephanie, from the first time I met you at Fresh Fest, I knew you would go far, but you surpassed any expectations that we had for you. All your accomplishments at UMass, from your involvement in Panhill, Hillel, student government, and Eisenberg, you truly exemplified what it means to be a strong leader on campus. Whether it was dealing with campaigns literally against you during your student government elections, or just difficulties of what it means to be a strong Zionist on campus, you really rallied the community together. You were able to hold events, and you never let things get in your way, and you always managed to come out on top. And watching that has been really incredible. From our first time bonding over our love of Spot in Israel, to experiencing Israel with you on Hasbara and other trips, or just seeing you in DC at APAC. All these experiences, I've really watched you become, so mature and really grow into the leader that you are. I'm really excited to see what you're going to accomplish at Stand With Us and in the future, and I'm so proud of you. So good luck on your next endeavor, and congrats.
Hi. There just really aren't enough words to say about Stephanie Margolis. I came to UMass and I had my whole freshman year and I thought this was UMass, this was college, but I did not know that the most important connection I would make in college and perhaps my life would happen a full year into college when you came into my life and came to UMass. I was so excited when I met you at Fresh Fest. I was so excited when you went through recruitment, and it wasn't even a question. Everyone just knew, like, this is your person right here. We all knew you would be my little, and I think you did too, but it was just an immediate connection with you, and those are just so incredibly rare. Some people have their Hillel buddies, some people have their major buddies, their sorority buddies. Like, you're just my everything buddy. We did sorority stuff together, we traveled together, we did Hillel stuff together. Whenever I heard of an opportunity that I thought that you could also benefit from, I just immediately would send it your way, because I just knew that you would always be such a great representation. Whenever I met someone of importance that I thought that it would be cool for you to meet too, I never even hesitated, because I just knew that you were going to represent yourself in such a positive light and represent me in such a positive light. Anyone that I've ever introduced you to, they're just so, oh wow, like you have the most awesome little in the world. Like, how does that feel? And I'm just like, I don't even know what to say. Like, she's amazing. You're not just a sorority little, you're a best friend. You take everyone's problems and make them your own because you care so much about every single person and everything they're going through. Like, I call you during law school and complain about law school, and you just take it on and say, like, talk it out, you know. And you're not sitting next to me like at school every day, but you just care so much about every single person and like making sure that they feel heard. I was like terrified of leaving UMass for a split second last year, but then I just realized there's nothing to be scared of because the place is in such a great hands with Stephanie. You know, like, I can't even call you a successor at this point because like you just have outlived like everything that any of us have done in Hillel. You've just done everything that, like, me, Carly, like the whole history of like Hillel and Safi, like you've just taken it to a whole new level, and it's just something so incredible to see. You've also like helped support alumni and make sure that we stay connected and make sure that we're still there to help the students and like be there for the collegiates each and every day. And I think at this point, people just need to realize, like, you're the star of your generation. Like, you're literally like the star of the generation. Like, the Jewish world is going to be protected because there's a leader like you in this world who is going to take the next steps to continue to support college students and continue to support Jews and making sure that Jews feel comfortable in society, because you're not going to just be quiet. You're going to stand up for them. And we are just all like in awe by you. And you might be my little, but I look up to you in so many ways. Mazel tov on this milestone. We love you. This is going to be an exciting new beginning for you, and we are so excited to see what you do.
Oh, thank you so much, Maxine and Carly. Stephanie, would you like to say anything?
Thank you, Maxine and Carly. That was so sweet. I'm like shaking because I don't want to cry, but yeah, wow. Hillel is literally like the rock of UMass. So thank you to all the Hillel staff and like the entire Hillel community, because literally like whenever something was wrong, I always went to Hillel. I always was in the, I guess we can call it like the Israel office with, whether it was Valentina and Rachel, and then Asaf and Ashley just venting and like trying to like figure out my life. And all the other Hillel staff too, like we've all gone through so much together. And I'm so grateful. And especially like that I got to start my college experience with Hillel with Fresh Fest. That literally set the stage for the 4 years that I've now had. Yeah. So thank you so much, and congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Stephanie. Congratulations to you too. All right, well, we're moving on. Our next honoree is Ray Novick. And speaking about Ray, this afternoon is Hannah Kuznets.
Hi, guys. So Ray and I met long ago back in NIFTY, but we didn't really get to know each other till we were both at UMass. I'm honestly not sure exactly how we became friends, but I'm nonetheless so grateful that we are friends. So Ray was on the Ruach Shabbat committee for 2 years and was the Interfaith Vice President this past year. And she did such a great job with both those roles. And she was the first person to step up to do anything, even if it wasn't part of the role. And I'm so glad that you're such an impactful part of the group that means so much to me. And I'm proud of how much you accomplished with it. The thing I admire most about Ray is that no matter what life throws at her, she's still so devoted to improving the world. Going into social work shows how big her heart is and how selfless she is. I know that she's going to do amazing things while at Simmons and long after she gets her MSW. Mazel tov, Ray.
Thank you, Hannah. That was lovely. Ray, is there anything you'd like to say? Also, I'm loving your shirt that you're rocking. That's great.
Thank you so much. That was so sweet. I really appreciate what you just said, Hannah. That's very nice. I also want to thank all the Hillel staff and basically, you know, everybody I've met at Hillel in the past 2.5 years I've been here. I transferred in from a different university, and even though I didn't start at the very beginning, I was made to feel just as at home as if I would have been there from the start. And so I just really want to thank all of the Hillel staff and all my friends at Hillel just for, being there and making my experience at college so great. So thank you, everyone, and congratulations to all the seniors.
Thank you, Ray. And congratulations to you too. All right, we're gonna move on. So our next honoree, I just want to mention by name. Our next honoree is Sadie Perlow, and I'll give you a chance just to wave and say hi. We don't have anyone speaking for Sadie this afternoon, but Sadie, did you want to say anything?
Yeah, sure. I just want to say thank you, Rebecca, Ariella. This is so special getting to see everyone. This is awesome. And I just want to thank the Hillel staff, the community, everyone at Hollow for Hunger for making the past 4 years so special and really making UMass and feel like home. Hillel really was my second home. So congrats to everyone. Congrats all the seniors, and mazel tov.
Thanks, Sadie. All right. We're going to move on to our next honoree, and that's Chris Scanlon. Hi, Chris. And speaking about Chris this afternoon is Anna, or Anna. Are you here?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, awesome. Oh, yes, of course I know who you are. Sorry.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I think I can speak for both Chris, myself, and the other kitchen staff, Brianna and Morgan, when I say that our Friday nights were the highlight of our weeks this past year, and for me and Chris the year before. Often I wonder how disruptively loud we are in the kitchen, like during Shabbat, like constantly cracking jokes and enjoying the end of the school week all together. I'll forever be grateful for Rob faithfully hiring the most amazing crew of people I will ever be blessed to work with. I say that a lot in the kitchen, and especially Chris. Easily the calmest and most lovable person in the kitchen, literally at all times. Chris was the biggest hype man for everybody's jokes. I wish there was like a camera in the kitchen just to prove that he couldn't go like 5 minutes without laughing or trying to make somebody else laugh. The inside jokes are endless, but the best by far was the kitchen staff pretending to be like a family unit, like calling each other like mom, dad, brother, sister, daughter, whatever. And the jokes, continue from there. Ironically though, like that's almost exactly what we all feel like now. And Chris's absence in the kitchen next semester is almost, Chris's absence in the kitchen will be a sadness felt by all. And but the memories made in Hillel will be treasured, and you best believe someone every Shabbat next year is gonna say like, remember when Chris said this, or remember when Chris jumped through the serving window? Like, it's just next year is gonna be, we're gonna miss you a lot. And Chris, you've trained Morgan really well to be the next dishwasher. He's not gonna be able to replace you, and that's sad, but also exciting for the future. And also a shout out to Rob. There's definitely gonna be some pressure from us to hire somebody as cool as Chris for next year. Chris, good luck in the adult world, and let us know how awful it is when you come back to visit.
That was amazing. Chris, would you like to say anything?
Yeah, honestly, that was really sweet. I really appreciate that, Anna. And I wanted to thank everyone in the Hillel staff and Hillel community and everything. It's been a great 4 years. Really appreciate it. Congratulations to all the other seniors as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Chris. Great. All right. We're going to move on to our next honoree, which is Shoshi Schwartz. And speaking about Shoshi this afternoon is Chava Whittam.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Wait. Okay. So I'm trying to find Shoshi so I could like look at her. Anyway, the first time I heard the name Shoshi Schwartz was when the summer before my senior year of high school, I visited UMass, and I talked to Rebecca when I went into Hillel. She told me about how there's a girl who is Orthodox and majored in sports management, which is what I wanted to do. Rebecca gave me Shoshi's phone number on a post-it note that I probably just recycled or something when I got home. Little did I know that I'd be blowing up Shoshi's phone for the past 2 years. I asked Shoshi's advice for literally everything when it comes to our major and literally just life. I asked her what classes to take, if an email sounds good, if my resume is formatted correctly, and she's pretty much the best person possible to ask. She was honored as a top 10 senior in what is one of the most competitive sport management programs in the country, which is pretty impressive, and I'm pretty proud to call her my friend. My strategy so far has been to try and copy whatever she does and name drop her whenever I have to network or do an interview, which is basically how I got my current internship. So I'd say it's working out pretty well for me. Another way that I've copied Shoshi is in being a leader in Hillel. Shoshi and Kayla were presidents of the Orthodox group formerly known as KHH for 2 years. Then and now in her retirement, she has been a rock in our community who I think everybody looks towards as a leader. This past year, me and Shira took over, and it's been really helpful to have you to look towards for guidance. But Shoshi, you aren't just someone who has been a mentor to me, you've also just been a really great friend, which I knew would happen when I found out that your bat mitzvah was college basketball themed. I love discussing UMass sports with you and sending each other tweets by niche fan accounts. We've done some pretty cool things together. WNBA Finals, World Cup Victory Parade, UConn versus USA basketball. But I'd have to say my favorite thing to do with you by far is just complain about people in the athletic department like Alan and especially Alyssa, Sam Demento, and the kid who randomly sat down at your table in the hub. About how early we have to get to the Mullen Center when we work games, how your neighbors are annoying, and so much more. I love complaining with you and Frank at Hillel on Shabbos and at your apartment, especially when you give me food. Shosh, you're the absolute best, and I'm gonna miss you. But we're eyes and bros for life, so I know nothing's gonna really change.
Thank you, Chava. I actually didn't even remember that I'd given you Shoshi's number, and I'm really so glad I did. All right, Shoshi, would you like to say anything?
Yeah. Wait, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, first of all, Chava, you made me cry. I'm so happy that I met you, and you definitely impacted my 2 last years at UMass. There's no question, and I know you're going to keep bugging me about your questions as you continue your year. And to everyone at Hillel, Hillel was like my, I obviously was like super involved with Hillel, and I don't know what I would have done with so many of the staff there. And I know that everyone I met there and the staff are going to be there for me, and I can't wait to come back and keep everyone up to date on what I'm doing. And just, I know everyone's going to be there for me, and it's really hard that this is how it came to an end. Obviously, this is my 4th senior ceremony, so kind of weird to be on this end and not actually be in Hillel. But thank you to everyone who's been there for me and will continue to be there for me, and congratulations to the rest of the senior class.
Thank you, Shoshi. Congratulations to you. Oh, okay. All right. Our next honoree this afternoon is Jared. And hi, Jared. Speaking about Jared is Chava again. Chava, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll get in there, so I'm ready to go. Okay. So something we take really seriously in the Orthodox community here at UMass is our intramural basketball team. This year we were called the Kosher Dills. Jared is our captain and consistently the best player on the court. Led by him, we've had some pretty good runs into the playoffs in the past 2 years. He has honed his skills playing pickup games at the rec center against the likes of Devontae Higginbottom, future D1 star. Jared is the ultimate teammate because he goes hard and is ultra competitive during games, but is always supportive even when you miss a layup, which definitely never happened to me. But yeah. Apart from being a slick basketball player, Jared is very talented at baking bread. This past year, we had what we called breads and spreads every Shabbos morning, where Jared would bake fresh bread to have during davening, and sometimes he'd even make the spread to go with it. He definitely put the kitchen in the RA room to good use. Speaking of RA, Jared was a great one. Being Hillel RA has a lot of responsibilities, and Jared tackled all of them with genuine care and respect for everyone and made Hillel a great place to live. I'm proud to have called you my next door neighbor. For a floor event, he organized a rock, paper, scissors tournament, which is pretty creative, I must say. Next year, when I try to fill your shoes as RA, I know that I'll always be able to ask for your help, and that when I do, you'll have my back, like you've always had. You might remember the bagel brunch me and Shira did in November and how it almost was a disaster, but you came through and helped us manage to have the crisis, go smoothly. When this whole thing is over, one of the things I'm looking forward to most is being able to go to Shul to meet up with you and the whole Newton UMass crew and to just hang out and talk. What I love most about UMass and the Hillel community is just how chill and open the culture is. And you're a big reason why that is, and I'm going to miss you next year. But honestly, we live like 2 miles away from each other, so I can probably just walk by your house and say hi this week or something. So, yeah.
Thank you, Chava. Jared, would you like to say anything?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Chava. That was really nice. Yeah, I just want to thank all the Hillel staff like everyone else has, and give a shout out to Rob for all the work he does behind the scenes. The building wouldn't be able to function without him, so thank you for everything that you do. And yeah, congratulations to all the rest of the seniors.
Thank you, Jared. Congratulations. All right, I'm gonna move along. A few more folks. Our next honoree is Roy Siegelman, who I think is here. Roy, I don't think we have someone speaking for you, but if you would like to say anything, you certainly can.
Sure. Hi. Yeah, I'm on my mom's computer, so that's why my name's not quite showing up as it should be.
Great. I figured.
I'd really like to, thank everyone at Hillel who made these past few years an amazing time. I got to UMass kind of a bit out of it, not quite knowing what I'd be doing, and Hillel was really my place to unwind and find out, what I'm going to be doing this next week. Coming every week for Shabbat and just, de-stressing from the past week, getting ready for the next week, and always having someone to talk to was just unbelievable. And I really, really like to thank Rafi and Ariella for being an unbelievable resource and making these past few years an unbelievable time.
Thank you, Roy. Congratulations. All right. Our next honoree this afternoon is Matthew Saradkin. Hi, Matthew. And speaking about Matthew is Ray.
Hey guys, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Cool. Matthew, you were one of the first friends I made when I transferred here, and you've been putting up with my shenanigans for over 2 years now. Even though I tease you about your green shirts and your questionable food combinations, you've stuck by my side through both the fun and silly, as well as the serious and complicated times. From Ruach events and Shabbat services to late night hangouts with friends and movie nights, you've been there. You are an amazing friend, and it's hard for me to imagine my life without you walking by my side. Except for that one moment where I forgot about you while you were standing right next to me. Sorry about that. Jelly boy, I know this isn't the graduation that either of us expected, but I also know that whatever comes next, I've got your back and you've got mine. You're the best friend I could have ever asked for, Matthew, and I'm so glad to have gotten the chance to know you.
Thank you, Ray. That was wonderful. Matthew, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Ray. That was really great. I really appreciate that. Hillel has meant so much to me. And my time at UMass certainly wouldn't have been the same without it. Thanks and congratulations to everybody.
Thank you, Matthew. Congratulations to you too. All right, we're going to move on to our next honoree, which is Rachel Wiseman. Hi, Rachel. And speaking about Rachel, this afternoon is Heather Sherman. I think Heather, yeah, great.
Hi, everyone. So I met Rachel last year at Chabad, and she came for Friday night dinner, and she will lovingly tell you that I gave her angry eyes upon seeing her. For those who know me, I'm not into the whole bubbly, like crazy people, but she came in and she was so happy and excited and, dare I say, obnoxious. And she says I gave her angry eyes, and she somehow slid into my life. And I could not say how happy and grateful I am that that has happened. She is truly the most incredible person I know. She is like, there are no words to describe how amazing she is. She is very happy to go along on crazy adventures to random towns in New York, or drive an hour plus to go to kosher supermarkets, or any of the above. Rachel has really stepped up in the Jewish community. We really have a small but tough Jewish community. And from the second that she came here, she jumped into mashgiach work, she jumped onto Chabad Student Coalition work, and she really, really worked hard to fulfill her tasks. And she rose up the ranks, unsurprisingly, to Rosh Mashgiach and president of Chabad Student Coalition. She is truly the epitome of a compassionate human being. She is willing to help anyone, no matter what. I remember we went for a Shabbos walk, and some stranger we don't know, she was riding a bicycle, and she got her dress caught in her bicycle wheel or whatever, and Rachel stopped and helped this poor girl who was so embarrassed, but Rachel made her feel comfortable, and she got her dress out, and it was just, I was like, even though I still had the angry eyes towards her, I needed to like get to know her more. She has really had such a positive impact on my life and others. I know she's always been there to help everyone and lend an ear to anyone who needs help. She's really, really the most selfless person I've ever met in my life. And I'm so, so proud of you. She had an incredibly difficult major, and she just she works so hard at it, and she's truly incredible. So I love you so much, and I'm so proud of you, and congratulations on graduating, and I can't wait to see you in person and continue our crazy adventures together. Mazel tov to you and all the graduates.
Thank you, Heather. Rachel, do you want to say anything?
Yes. Heather, the best part of the whole UMass experience was showing my way into your life. I really loved I loved when I moved into your house unannounced. I sort of just showed up with all my stuff, said I'm moving in. And that was one of the best days of my life. I loved being your roommate. I loved being your husband. I loved sharing all those experiences with you, and it's really amazing. You made my time at Amherst at UMass feel really like home, and I'm gonna miss you, and can't wait to see what we do next and what adventures we're gonna go on. I'd like to thank everybody else at Hillel and all the staff and my friends there. Such a shout out to Rabbi Ariella to made it feel like home, and Rebecca, who's always there for a quick chat. I think I popped by there a bunch of times just to talk about, whatever, anything and everything. I'd like to shout out to Rob, who was probably the best boss. A little bit demanding, but I loved it, and I loved working for you, and it was a really great experience for me. So thank you. Thank all of you, and thank you, Heather, for that amazing speech. I loved it. Thank you.
Wow, that was wonderful. Congratulations to you. All right. We actually have our last honoree of the afternoon, last student honoree, I should specify, of the afternoon who's with us, which is Tali. Hi, Tali. And we actually have two speakers about Tali also this afternoon. Mayrav and Joe are both, I think, here. So I'll let you two take it away.
Cool. All right, can you guys hear me? Yes?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes, we can.
Awesome. Okay, so I'll just jump right in. At last year's senior ceremony, when Tali spoke on my behalf, she wanted to tell the story of how we met. She confessed, however, quote, "Honestly, I don't remember." Well, because I'm the better friend, I do remember how we met, and I think now is a perfect time to tell that story. Tali, maybe it'll jog your memory or something. Anyway, so the first weekend of Tali's freshman year, we had a Gaga tournament at Hillel. I'd been pushing Rabbi Fine to make this tournament a reality, so I was like really super excited to kick ass. The only problem was that Tali is even more competitive than I am and also more athletic. She kicked my butt in every single game we played. And then to add insult to injury, she talked shit the whole time. And she'd only been on campus barely a week. All I remember thinking was, this person's kind of an asshole.
Speaking of Tali being an asshole.
No, Meirav. We're giving a speech in front of people right now. You gotta say nice things.
Ugh, okay, fine. Well, I met Tali on the first night of college orientation. I went with my hall to laser tag, which seemed like it should be fun, but I ended up waiting in line for almost 2 hours being awkward and bored. Near the end of that time, I realized that this girl in the group behind me had on a Hamsa necklace, just like me. I introduced myself to her and we started chatting a bit. Then the guy in charge looked over at her group that was behind me in line and picked them to go next. Eventually, our team got a turn and I deemed it a fine first night of college. Skip a couple days ahead and I sat down in Judaic Studies 101 and realized that the girl behind me was the same one that skipped me in line. As the semester went by, we both realized we needed a workout buddy. The plan was to go to Zumba every Monday night and then get dinner after. I think we succeeded once. But then every Monday night, ever since then, we go to Frank for dinner and yell loudly to each other about our lives. More often than not, if our friends see us, they ask if we're drunk. We aren't. We just love the hell out of each other. I guess I eventually got over the laser tag incident, but not really, and a wonderful friendship emerged.
It astounds me how much love Tali has for her friends. She is so willing to give and give again to the people close to her with no expectation of anything in return. A year ago, I was working on a project in the library. It was Passover, and I hadn't eaten anything since lunch. I had planned to go to a Seder, actually, run by Tali and Meirav, but as my project took longer and longer, I realized that not was I going to miss the Seder, but I had already missed the Passover dinner at Frank, and I had no access to kosher for Passover food until the next morning. Tali, knowing this, offered to bring me food. I didn't ask her to do this. In fact, I told her that she didn't need to go through the trouble of schlepping to the library. It didn't matter because Tali is very stubborn. She brought me an entire bag of food from the Seder, and if it weren't for her, I don't know how I would have gone through that night. Not just because the food was really, really good, it was, but because before you came, Tali, I was struggling alone. But after, for the rest of that night, even after you left, even when I was still at the library at 4 a.m., I wasn't alone. I was so lucky that you were there for me that night.
Okay, Joe, we've said lots of nice things. Can I tell everybody why Tali sucks now?
No, you can save that for the group chat later.
Ugh, fine.
Besides, we've all met Tali already. We already know what she's like. Just say some nice things.
Okay, valid. Well, Tali, we love you and we are so proud of you and excited to see what you are going to do next. Nothing will keep you from your goals. Through the years, you have fought professors for much deserved grades, given up sleep to finish assignments, and kept a mind-blowing GPA, all the while working 20 hours a week at Hillel, helping keep the place running. You go non-stop. While the transition from college to the real world has been rough, you've gotten yourself a wonderful job in Florida, #Florida sucks, as a speech language pathology assistant in a school starting in the fall. To think you could tell 19-year-old you all that you've accomplished in the last 4 years would blow her mind. Thank you for being my best friend.
And Tali, there's no way we could sum up in one speech what it is that makes you such an irreplaceable friend in person. From your searing wit, to your endless laughter, to your affinity for all things fluffy, the ways you make life fun and sweet could never be adequately summarized here. We love you!
Love you! Oh my gosh, Mayrav and Joe, that was amazing. And also like so incredibly done even via Zoom. I'm very impressed. Well
We
done.
tried. We tried.
All right. Tali, would you like to say anything?
Sure. Thank you both so much. That was amazing. And I love you both. Hillel I've had like a very interesting experience because I was both a staff person working in the office and obviously a student. But it was great. Hillel has been a wonderful place for me. I've had countless memories and even more friends. And it's just been great. So congratulations to all the seniors. And thank you guys for everything that you've given me.
Thank you, Tali, and congratulations to you too. Wow. So that is the end of our student honorees, though I did want to mention 3 more senior honorees that aren't with us this afternoon, but we are including them among our senior ceremony honorees, and we'll figure out some sort of way to get your pictures up on the wall at Hillel. It won't be a group picture like all the rest, but we will have you on the wall there, I promise. So the last 3 are Daria Herskovici, Eden Mendel, and Stacy Oken, who are all graduating this year and have all been involved in Hillel in various amazing ways over their time at UMass. So before we conclude, I want to honor, what our tradition has been also is to honor any staff that are leaving at senior ceremony. And Asaf Elroy, our Israel Fellow, is ending his time with us. And I don't think he imagined that the end of his shlichut would be like this, but we still wanted to take some time to honor you, Asaf. And I believe Ariel Lutati is on this call, and he is going to speak about you a little bit before we end. So Ariel, go ahead.
All right, Asafi. All right. So, as I've been progressing in my college career, I've continually seen you as a big brother figure. I've taken every opportunity to push your buttons and steal your belt. But besides that, we've had wonderful political conversations that will last 3 hours. We would indulge as chocolate fanatics, Arsenal fans, and coffee lovers. But most importantly, I look up to you. You're always tactful, responsible, and an incredible listener. It's for these amazing traits that you were even awarded Outstanding Campus Fellow at the IAC conference this past winter. Ever since you first joined the UMass family 2 years ago, you've made an immediate impact as an Israel advocator, connecting Jews to their homeland with Ashley, in addition to bringing out the best in our already strong pro-Israel student community. Along with a proactive pursuit with bringing people together no matter what divides them, you are a genuine and kind friend. I also want to talk about how you wear so many hats, Asaf. You truly do a lot, and it's something that I really see myself in you, is that it's something that I strive for, is that you have this ability to stretch yourself over so many different disciplines. You help out with Safi, Michelanu, Bridging the Divide, and Birthright, along with other things. So I truly value and I look up to just how hard you work. And I just want to leave you with a short bracha that along with the incredible seniors transitioning into the new stages in life, you'll be returning to Israel and entering a new and exciting chapter. But regardless of any uncertainty that comes with turning a new page, I know that all of us at Hillel know that you will not only succeed, but thrive in whatever endeavors you pursue as an exceptional leader and friend.
Thank you, Ariel. So the other thing I realized, Asaf, I was going to send you before this afternoon, and I haven't sent to you. I collected an incredible amount of messages from students and colleagues. Oh my God, I'm starting to cry. Okay. Thanking you and appreciating you, and reading some of those has, been incredibly moving. And I will be sharing all of those with you shortly. We also have a parting gift for you. But I did want to see if to allow you some time to share some words.
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. So first, Ariel, thank you so much, Achi. It was moving for me to hear you. I appreciate you so much, and thank you for your kind words. Well, I'm really excited, and I'm really appreciative of that moment. I was actually not imagining that moment to be as it is, but being here with you and just hearing you, I think it doesn't matter if we are remote or not, just that we have each other. So I'll keep it short, and I'll try to keep it short and sweet. And at first, I wanna take you to the mindset that I have when I arrived to UMass. I basically came with the mindset of how I'm going to educate people here about Israel, how I'm going to teach people about Israel. As an Israeli shaliach, I thought that I'm the professor of Israel, of Zionism, and I have the knowledge to come and teach you what I know. But pretty much, I would say just a few weeks after my arrival, I understood that I have to be more modest. And I had a transition from becoming in a mindset of a teacher to a student. So I was basically a student as you. And as a student, I've learned two major lessons or things in my time here at UMass. The first thing that I've learned is about Judaism. I've learned that it's an amazing thing. I think that in Israel, and I can share that is my perspective. We have a specific perspective over Judaism, and I've learned about the beauty of it. I've learned to appreciate it. I've learned the openness, the diversity, and how it benefits you as an individual. And I've taken that, and I'm taking that back with me to Israel. And the second thing that I've learned here at UMass is the strong sense of community. I think this is something that is so much value for students and for myself, because you wake up and you live in an environment that you have to, and I've said that a lot, you have to choose every day when you wake up to be a part of the community here. It's not something that is taken for granted. And I'm really appreciative of the people that are just coming every day to Hillel and choosing to be a part of that community, and be proactive about that. And this is another lesson that I'm taking with me back to Israel. So actually, I'm a senior like you, and I'm graduating with, I think, much more than a degree. I'm not graduating with a degree, but I'm graduating with something else. I'm graduating with knowledge, wisdom, sense of belonging, and mostly I have great friends that I'm taking with me for the rest of my life. So I want to thank you, the Hillel team, for being such a support team and to being great friends. And I want to thank you, students, for being a major part of my life. And I just want to end by saying that you guys know that you have a friend in Israel for anything that you need. And thank you.
Thank you, Asaf. Yeah, it's a lot to say, but thank you for sharing what you did. So the last couple things before we conclude this afternoon. Thank you all for being with us through this experiment, which has worked pretty well, I will say, despite not being in person. And Aaron is going to share a few words to conclude. And then we're going to try to get a screenshot after he speaks. Basically, I think if everyone but the seniors we're honoring turns their video off, I will be able to get a screenshot, which I think all the honorees and their faces. So we're going to try to do that. But Aaron, I'm going to let you conclude us first.
First, just thank you everyone who shared and for being here. It was so poignant, as it is every year, and it was really wonderful to to learn that while we all wish we were in person, it still was pulling tears from our eyes. So thanks for everyone for sharing from your heart. And could I just get everybody to wave your hands in thanks to Rebecca for her amazing leading, and also for our other staff who all helped make this happen.
Thank you especially to Ariella and Emerson, who's been behind the scenes doing all the tech stuff, and Ariella, who contacted everybody, and Emily, who made the slideshow.
So I just wanted to end with saying that I often use the term referring to Hillel with our staff that Hillel is an ecosystem in that it's multifaceted, and we're reminded of that today, and reminded of how beautiful and vibrant the community is with so many different aspects of it, and every one of you makes up that vibrancy and that aliveness that could never be without everybody's contribution to being you and to building friendships and community. And I want to say for our seniors that ecosystem, it doesn't end. You're part of our alumni community, and we want you to stay connected. And in the same way that our goal as staff has always been that that programming or community is created from the students, that it needs to come from you guys if it's going to be real and valuable. In the same way as alumni, we want to invite you to make alumni community, to stay connected to us, and that it can be whatever you want it to be, that we can keep these connections alive and in new ways, and we want you to do that, and we invite you to do that. One specific way that I want to share is that we just recently started a new LinkedIn group for UMass Hillel alumni. So anybody who's not on that should get on that. We want to be a resource for alumni, for current students. We want alumni to be resources for students as well, as you get more experience in your careers and can network and help other students. So everybody should get on that. And the second piece that I want to say is every year I make a pitch for supporting Hillel financially contributing. And I know so for many of you, you're just starting out. Maybe you don't know what you're doing next, and so it's giving tzedakah, giving charity is not the top of your mind. But I just want to ask you that as you move forward, to remember that the other alumni out there are the ones who have made possible Hillel during your years by contributing the money to have Shabbat dinners, to have programming budgets, to have the staff members that you've connected with and supported you, and to have the lights on in the Hillel building. That our number one source of funding as an independent nonprofit is our alumni, as well as parents and community members. So we invite you also to become part of that, and give $1, give 18, and parents as well, or grandparents. If we invite you to consider making a donation to Hillel in honor of your senior, as a way to make sure that this community can continue to be there for students in the years ahead. And especially this crazy time, Hillel faces challenges just like most other nonprofits in this very precarious time. So mazel tov to everyone, and our community is not ending. We invite everybody to stay in touch and to continue to be part of the extended ecosystem that each of you make up together. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Aaron. And congratulations to everyone. All right, so that does conclude the program of the 2020 UMass Hillel Senior Ceremony. Who would have thought we could do it on Zoom? And we have. All right, we're going to